Rob, thank you for joining us after the tough test on Tuesday night. We've got a home match to look forward to now against Reading this weekend. Can I get your thoughts ahead of that game?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good game. Obviously, the reverse fixture was an excellent game in terms of it's open. Both teams want to play, so there'll be loads of space, and yeah, I'll imagine it'll be a really good football game, and it'll be a good opportunity for us to get a good reaction from Tuesday, and get back at home because obviously the Cambridge result was disappointing for lots of different reasons, but I felt overall at home we've been good, we've been strong, and it'd be good to have two very tough games, two good games at home, and we can hopefully get some results.
Yeah, what does the rest of the week's training look like? Because obviously it was a very late night on Tuesday. Obviously, I think the coach rolled in just before 3:00, so I'm sure there's lots of tired bodies, and it must be a hard place to be in that change room right now because everyone's, as we said on Tuesday, pushing towards the same goal. So, what's the sort of messages you'll give to the players this week?
Yeah, no, I mean we obviously have to look after the bodies. We're down to the bare bones, obviously with a couple of injuries and whatnot. So we just need to assess the squad. Obviously, be a recovery and a little bit of a tactical information for the lads, and then some training for the lads that need a little bit of load, and then another day sort of half recovery again, and then go into tomorrow with another day set up ready for Reading, and then hopefully by that time the players will be a bit fresher and we'll have an idea of who will be available, because obviously going into Tuesday night with the suspensions and a couple of injuries and illnesses, we end up being everyone who's fit and available was at Lincoln basically on the bench. So hopefully we'll have Pam back, and he's feeling better, and we'll have to assess one or two others and see if they're going to be available, if Harry's okay. Obviously Harry's on the bench for absolute emergency situations, but hopefully Harry will be right for Saturday as well, and we can hopefully be a little bit stronger than we were on Tuesday in terms of the depth of the squad.
Yeah, it feels like such a long time ago. The first time we played Reading, I think it was one of your first games in charge of the club. That was actually a very positive performance, and it was one of those ones where we came away scratching our heads at how we'd conceded the amount that we did and not got anything from the game. Do performances like that sort of sum up how the season's gone so far? And is it, we've spoken about over the last few weeks needing to just sort of grind out results now? Are we sort of into that territory yet, do you think?
Yeah, I think we always are. I think we're always trying to get results and try and do it the right way. I thought, what we've got to sort of understand is that the squad that's been built and the way the players are, there's a certain type of way we can play, and there's a certain type of way that obviously the players haven't been brought in for. So we just need to maximise exactly what the squad is, and we need to be, have a bit more nous and maybe be a bit more pragmatic in times, and manage the game a bit more. But the basics always remain. You need to be able to defend both box. You have to defend your box from open play and set pieces, and you need to be able to put the ball at risk and be able to create opportunities in the final third. From box to box this year, we've been very good. Obviously, it's in both boxes where it matters, and that's where we need to improve. We always feel like we're a goal threat. We always feel like we're going to score goals, even though maybe it hasn't been as free flow in the last couple of games. But we definitely need to make sure we're a bit more robust and pragmatic in terms of the way we're defending. But ultimately, we still want to attack the game. We need to go and win games. We're not just we need to win games of football, so we need to have that mindset to go and win games and score goals.
Yeah, and we'll be looking to obviously get back to winning ways, but again, it's one of those games where here it's going to be a good occasion, and another former Premier League side visiting the Broadfield Stadium should be a good crowd. We've obviously got the early kickoff as well. Does that sort of change anything in terms of your preparation?
No, not really. Obviously, you need to. The early kickoffs sometimes are good because you get up and you get at it, and you get that little bit of, you don't get that sort of mid-afternoon lull, I suppose. I always like the early kickoffs myself because you just attack the day straight away. But we just need to have that energy and that enthusiasm to go and attack the game on Saturday. And I think that Reading is a very good team. Obviously, they're in good form at the moment. Noel's done a brilliant job since he took over. But the way they play, I think it's going to be a very good game of football. There'll be more space on the pitch than there normally will against the teams that sort of sit in a low block and not allow us to play. It's going to be it's going to be a game that's going to be, I think, will be enjoyable and to watch. And hopefully, if we can keep the mentality to move the ball quickly and really nail down the concepts in terms of the final third, and just be more diligent and more ruthless in terms of the way we defend our box, then we have every chance of getting a result. But that's how, for me personally, that's how we have to do it. We have to attack the game. We have to look to go and score goals and win the game, and obviously keeping that eye on when they have the ball and how we're going to nullify them as best we can.
Perfect.
Brilliant. All right, sticking with the early kickoff, do you think it changes the atmosphere at all in the ground?
I think it's probably a better atmosphere in some ways, because I think, like, you get up and you get going, you get straight to the stadium, and it probably keeps the buzz rather than having more time for it to drown out. So hopefully, that early kickoff and the sort of the anticipation of playing, like you say, welcoming an ex-Premier League club to the stadium. These are the sort of games that when you get promoted that you look forward to. So hopefully, with the fans coming in and we can get back, because I think obviously the Cambridge game was disappointing in terms of the result, and we can react to that in front of the fans at home who've been brilliant, to be honest with you. So we need to make sure that we start the game as fast as possible.
Yeah, and Reading, obviously you played them, I can't remember exactly when, it was October I think, wasn't it? How have they changed since you've been watching them from that game to where they are now? Obviously we've seen Sam Smith, he's come here with a different team from when he played against. Have they changed much in the style?
I think little tweaks, I think, to be honest with you. They're a lot more aggressive in terms of the final third, in terms of the build. They commit more bodies forward, a lot more crosses in the box, and they've got long throws and from set pieces they're dangerous. So we'll have to be aware of that. But they still have the same structure and still have obviously a lot of the same players. So they're going to be a threat. They're not where they are in the league without being a very good team. But we have to make sure that we obviously make the lads as aware as possible of what they're going to bring. But we have to concentrate on our strengths and their weaknesses and how we can hurt them, and go and get 3 points to get us rolling again and get us making way in terms of a reaction in terms of the last few games, but also for the rest of the season, for the last 12, in terms of attacking what's in front of us in terms of the battle, and getting ourselves in a position where we're competitive, and we're competitive when we're looking up the table again and getting back on track.
And injury-wise and illness-wise, can you give us an update, particularly with Dion? Because it looked a little bit worrying when Dion walked off the other day.
Yeah, Dion's having a scan today, same with Bradley Ibrahim. So we'll see where they are in terms of the scans. Dion's, obviously, I very much doubt he'll be available Saturday, but hopefully it's nothing too major. He might be back in a week or so. Brad's been carrying something for a while, so we'll have to see where that is now, because he's not able to play. And then, we just have to assess Liam Fraser as well, because he's had a horrendous gash on his leg from the game against Cambridge, and I think he's had 8 stitches in his leg, but it was still bleeding on Tuesday. So obviously he wasn't able to train for the game. So we'll assess where those guys are, and hopefully Pan's recovered from being ill, because he was ill, missed the game on Tuesday, and it bolsters the squad again. So we'll have more options, just either starting 11 and also when we come from the bench.
Yeah, there's been a lot of noise off the pitch at the moment. You sort of referenced it on Tuesday in your post-match. Is it easy to ignore that distraction and just focus on the football, or is it a distraction? And have you got sort of a rallying cry for the crowd and supporters on Saturday?
It's a bit of everything. You have to. You can't ignore it because it's obvious. It's obvious. Let's not try and beat around the bush. I think there's probably. I think there's issues with the supporters that are probably long-standing before me being here. All I would ask is that myself, the staff, and the players are giving absolutely everything, and we just want to stick together. We do genuinely believe that we can stay up. We're not here just to make up numbers and play. We genuinely believe that, and I think we need everyone to get behind the team to do that. And look, all I can ask from my point of view, with no agenda other than trying to win on Saturday, is that get behind the lads, sing the songs, bring the positivity, bring the noise, and then we can all together roll our sleeves up and do everything we possibly can to survive in what is one of the toughest leagues, and make it something that can be memorable. But that has to start with Saturday. It starts with me, it starts with the players 100%, and I just ask that the fans do what they've done for the majority of the season, just keep backing the lads, keep the positivity, keep the atmosphere like we've had at home, and let's just go and attack the game and give everything for the club. And then obviously the other stuff I can't really comment on. I can't, to be honest with you. No. I understand frustrations. I've been at clubs when there's frustrations with everything, but all I can say is that the staff that have come in with me, Sam, the lads at the stadium have all been fantastic. So great people who care about the club and want to help. So we just have to all roll our sleeves up, muck in and attack the game together. And I think if we do that, we've got ability, we've got young players, and it's their first time at this level. And they're going to get stressed, and there's going to be times where we fall short. But if we're consistent, then I think we can do something, and we can keep the club up.
Yeah, and obviously there's always pressure on Football Manager. Do you feel under pressure, particularly at the moment with the last couple of results? Yeah.
Not really, no. If I'm being honest, I think like I've from my playing career, you know, I've been in really good situations. I've been in really bad situations. I've had lots of people not like me, and I've had lots of people support me. You know, it's part of the journey. I think the biggest thing is that, you know, when I went into Newcastle, I wasn't a fan's favourite or anything, you know, because I struggled at the start. But I just kept working hard, kept being a good person, kept doing the right thing, and the same with the staff here. And that's what the message to the players: if you keep consistent, you keep doing the right thing, you keep working hard, and that will come through. And people realise that, you know, you're doing absolutely everything you can. You know, it's not a case that we're not trying, or we're not trying to adapt, or we're not trying to change things. You know, we're playing the cards we've been dealt, and we're trying to maximise them as best we can, and we're giving these lads an opportunity to give everything for the club. And there are a lot of positives this year, but when you don't get the results, that gets overshadowed by the results and the league position. So and we know that's the football, that's the business we're in. So yeah, we just need to get back to hopefully go and get a result on Saturday, and keep pushing forward with that.
And just on a slightly different note, I understand I think it's Jeremy Kelly and Josh Flint are going to a school in Crawley today for World Book Day. How important is that side of things, with the club getting involved in the community like that and players seeing the community?
It's massive. To be honest with you, I spoke with Darren, and I don't think there's been much done the last 18 months, and I just said it's unacceptable. So the players will be going to anything they need, they'll be going to, and you know, that started since we found out about the fact that there hasn't been that community engagement, and it needs to be, because, you know, Crawley's a big town. You know, the community's huge. You know, we haven't got the biggest support in the world, because we haven't, you know, but because the club has only been a Football League club since 2011, so it's incredible the journey's been on, and we want to keep that connection, and we want to keep the momentum, and we want to make sure that there's a connection between the players and the community, and that we can, you know, obviously two things: have that connection with the fans that come and support us every week, but also, you know, hopefully get the wider community in Crawley coming down to watch us and feeling a part of the club by meeting the players and staff and whoever it may be. So no, it's brilliant. The foundation do loads of brilliant work, and again, they've been nothing but brilliant and supportive with the likes of Darren, etc. So no, it's great that the players are going down and doing things, and I'm sure you'll see a lot more of it going forward.
Brilliant. Thanks, Rob. Good luck Saturday.
Cheers, mate.